Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Comey, we thank you for coming. We appreciate having your time. You know, this is our day 3 hearing. We have talked with Rod Rosenstein. We have also had the opportunity to talk with Sally Yates. And yes, in her testimony, she did say that she thought you went rogue on this situation. And that is of concern for us. And one of the reasons we wanted to hear from you today, and I will tell you this, as I talk to Tennesseans, one of the things that they're trying to figure out is quite simply this. Somebody cooked up this plot. They came up with this. And then somebody gave the order to carry this plot out. And somebody did the dirty work. But then when you talk to Rosenstein and Yates, and now hearing from you, basically what you say is you didn't know anything about any of this. And you did not know any of this was going on. So why don't you tell us who came up with this plot? And then who gave the order to carry this out?
Senator. What plot are you talking about, Senator?
Spying on the president.
Yeah, there was no spying on the president.
You say there was no spying. There was no problems with Carter Page getting that FISA warrant. There was no problems with Papadopoulos. There was no problem with General Flynn. You're saying that you had just cause for every bit of that, even though, as the chairman just said, and as Senator Kennedy said, your goal was to get to the president, right?
I'm not sure I understand what your question is.
Well, that is not surprising to me. Let me ask you this. The books that you're writing, would we find those as fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction, okay. I guess you've got plenty of facts in there that are footnoted and can back you up, right?
Sure. And you can read the IG report and the Mueller report and the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Let's talk about that IG report, as a matter of fact. I think it's interesting because when the IG report really contradicted your statements, you claimed that the FBI did not spy on the Trump campaign in 2017. And the IG report contradicted you on that.
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. What do you have to say about that?
I'm not aware that there's a contradiction on that point in the IG report.
Okay, you're not aware of that. All right, I assume that you're aware of the article that was posted to the Washington Post under your byline in May 28th, 2019. James Comey, no treason, no coup, just lies and dumb lies. You recall that article?
Yes, Senator, I wrote that.
Oh, you did write that, okay. And do you still stand by that article because it alleges that Joseph Mifsud was a Russian agent?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the Intelligence Committee found that he was representing Russian interests in communicating with Papadopoulos.
Okay. All right, and so you're standing by that article?
I haven't read it since May of 2019, but I think it was, I got nothing I can think of now that I want to change.
And okay, and nothing has changed your opinions?
Senator, I don't know what the opinions are that you're asking me about, but I don't know anything about something I wrote in May of 2019 that I would change.
And if somebody wants to know your opinions, they can buy one of your books, right?
Or read the Post or come to this hearing.
Yep. I have to go back to this about who came up with this plot to carry all of this out. We have seen all these emails, the communications between Strzok and Page. We have seen, we've read the IG report. We know there were things that seemed to be conveniently overlooked. And it is astounding to me that as the head of the premier law enforcement agency, you, Rosenstein, and Yates knew absolutely nothing. But then you knew enough to go to the January 5th meeting in the Oval Office. Did you call that meeting, or did either President Obama or Vice President Biden call that meeting?
I don't know who called it. I was asked to come to the White House for that meeting, for the briefing on the 5th of January.
Okay, you were asked to come. And who issued the invitation to you to attend that?
I don't know.
Okay. Who mentioned the Logan Act and using that against General Flynn?
Nobody that I recall. At the White House, I remember discussing it at the FBI, but not at the White House.
With the FBI, okay. And then what were Peter Strzok's notes, as later relayed to him by you? What did President Obama mean by instructing you to make sure that you had the right people on it?
I don't know what Peter Strzok's notes reflect. I haven't talked to him about them. And I don't remember hearing those words from President Obama or using them with Peter Strzok. I remember the president saying, do this in the normal way, was the way I understood him.
Okay. All right, so still there is a veil of vagueness that is around your recollections and your memory when it comes to these incidences. Do you have any regrets?
My memory's pretty good. I don't tend to remember exact words unless I write them down. I remember the words of my marriage vows, even though it was 1987. I don't remember specific words that were used during that January 5th meeting because I didn't write a memo about it afterwards.
You know, Mr. Comey, I call that selective memory. You choose to remember certain things and you choose to be vague about other things. But one of the things that we do know is the American people have been deeply troubled by the fact that the FBI could have conducted themselves in this way, that the DOJ could have been involved in this. They want to trust the institutions of their government. They see someone in you who is very arrogant, who is very dismissive, and is very condescending to the concerns that they have about the structure of government. And the American taxpayer, they're paying the paycheck for every single person that is in that DOJ and that FBI, and they expect their best efforts. And according to Ms. Yates, you did not give those best efforts. You chose to go rogue. I yield back.
Thank you.